Hello. I don't know if the colour looks bad on this video. I've done my checks and I can't work out 100%, but I think it's clear enough. So we're going to roll with it. No idea what I'm going to say. There's no idea what I'm going to say. And in fact, I shouldn't be saying anything. I've said this a good too many times already on these live streams that I'm fighting for my life most of the time, and I'll make it over the other side. So, and I'm still in my body. I'm still functioning and I'm still living, but it goes past the point where I'm like, yeah, just then I should have collapsed. And I didn't. And it happens too much. If you collapse and you don't, and you continue to function, life isn't very pretty. That's why I complain a lot. So at the moment, I should have collapsed, and yet somehow I'm sitting here, making a coffee, rolling a smoke, speaking to a microphone and looking at a bit of space age metal and plastic with some silicon in the middle. And apparently that talks to other people via a complex network of mess. Right, a vast network of mess in between this and you. So that's where I am now. Just before I reach that, and this is getting kind of familiar now. I normally go up. It's like I'm dealing with bipolar, but I'm very clear what's going on. And I'm going up, and as I go up, I get knocked down. And it's a really big up, and it's a really big down. And I think I'm going up again. Well, that is unless someone bursts through the door and kidnaps me, or turns off the internet. Otherwise, I'm pretty safe. I'm pretty safe, and I'm pretty sure this time that, oh no, it's all up from here. And I've just taken a physical beating, and I'm like, yeah, just another physical beating. Should be one of the last, as I pull myself out of the ditch. It's more like a grave. It feels like I've been buried. And there's humour here, and I realise how insane it is. What I'm saying, it's like my family are trying to bury me at the moment. Insanity. But I don't think they know what's going on. I don't know if they know what's going on. And I found this space within reality where I'm tapped into. And I'm witnessing stuff, and I'm like, yeah, that's got to go on a very long list at the moment of things wrong with reality. I'm staying true and focused to a big picture of a very, really cold finality. But somehow I find myself in a position where I just keep moving forward. It's not a good place to be. Don't see any ego in me. Don't see, oh, he's near death and he's like a Shaolin monk or something, and they lift themselves up and Superman. No. I'm a human being. It's not Superman. The most important thing is that we're both human beings first. Concern. You would have concern. Or maybe I'm hearing this because I'm autistic. I'm autistic, and I don't understand other people, and I have to talk it through to myself sometimes. So maybe I'm going to learn something. If I can remember. My brain's just gone blank, but I'm pretty sure I remember. Concern. At the bare minimum, you'd be concerned for another human being if they've just said that. Very concerned. So, this is the situation. I am not allowed to make you concerned about me. Do not be concerned for Gabriel, ever. But that's a big, big ditch to fill. It's a big, big ditch to fill. And unfortunately, I've got to make myself Superman to the situation sometimes and have a joke about it, just to pretend everything's okay, to balance it out. What is the point if I'm talking about being a millionaire at the moment? No point. What is the point of being a billionaire at the moment? No point. Just a billionaire. We have to get into the 50 plus billions before my eyes blink and start assessing numbers and the situation of, like, maybe I can fight through death a little bit more and come back to life. So at the moment I'm spending, well, I don't need to actually spend that much. If I gave you £1 trillion here, take it, here's £1 trillion and spend it. What, you're going to spend it on? Not a lot of people have thought about this. I think I've spent more money in my head than any other human ever alive. Except for possibly Rockefeller. In the 50s, I think, he had £500 billion of wealth. That's phenomenal. That's astronomical if you compare it to the next highest people. Either way, I've just given you £1 trillion and I've said you've got to spend it. Are you going to be able to spend it as good as Elon Musk? Are you going to be able to spend it as good as Jeff Bezos? What about Mark Zuckerberg? Are you going to be able to spend your billions? I'm going to put a figure on the table of a rough estimate I have spent in my head just to get started with. Just to get started with, and I'm going to need a shed ton more. I must have spent, I have no idea. And you might laugh, but it is between, we'll call it 60 and 100 billion. I have spent between 60 and 100 billion in my mind. Healing the world, healing myself, healing my life, making the world a better place. Now you go try and do that, but you try and do that as you. That's me. That's what I do. I just try and heal. I just try and make the world a better place. What's the point of doing that? Just to spend billions. I'm saying, are you a good person first? Or are you an asshole? You have to think about it. You say, what's there to think about? One's at the bottom, one's in the middle. You're a good person, we all are. It's if we can see it and know it. You're a good person. But money is not bad, but it's not good. Definitely not good, and probably more not good than bad. So it's something we've got to be careful of. And if we're a good person and we spend it on the wrong stuff, it's really easy to go places. And it's like, I've been talking to aliens the past few days, and a thought popped into my head to say, Gabriel, when you said you need to listen to this, at the moment it might as well be aliens in your head talking to you, telling you, you've got to humble yourself to money. And you've been put through an education system to learn about money so you can spend it when you get it. So, that was me just balancing myself out again. It got a bit wobbly between the situation. The point is, try and spend £1 billion just for yourself. try. How much money do you think you're going to spend? Jeff Bezos, or the richest billionaires in the world, Elon Musk, destined to become a trillionaire, have spent, on average, physically spent, £6 billion. 6 billion. That's it. That's all the money they have actually spent. The businesses don't count. The businesses get tied up into business expenditure once the business is started. And most of it they write off as business expenses, we imagine. But my research shows that they've spent around £6 billion each. In other words, they get to about £6 billion and it's like, well, I don't know how to spend any more money. I'm just going to work for the rest of my life and earn loads and loads of money in ones and zeros on some bank account for my great and all the way children, grandchildren. How many generations of children does Elon Musk need to look after? If he's spent £6 billion and he's had the life that he's had, so an average person, if you give them £1 billion, they are good for life and they are good for life. And the man's got 1,000. Don't worry about inflation. Interest should balance that out. I'm sure they're going to find ways to make money alongside that too. But when you've spent all your billions and you've bought, who have you bought? What football team? What football team? I don't know the American football teams. I support Arsenal here in the UK. They might be worth, I don't know. I used to know. It's got terrible football. It's all fixed. Yeah, the people fix it. The people fix it. The people fix it. They have to. They're at work. They were at work because football got terrible. It got obscene. And it was too much money. So the people took control and they fixed who wins and loses. That's a conspiracy theorist, Gabriel. That's my conspiracy theory, but I'm pretty sure this one's true. I'd bring back the Seattle Supersonics. That's what I'd do. I don't know anything about American sport, but on my Sega Mega Drive when I was a kid, I got NBA Courtside. And my favourite team was Seattle Supersonics. And they've gone. They've disappeared. I don't know what happened to them. They stopped becoming so super. Not so super anymore, Seattle Supersonics. So I bring the Seattle Supersonics back to life. How many billion do I need? 15? Oh, so I'm going really big. I'm really just trying to beat Gabriel's 60 to 100. You need an aeroplane, don't you? You need an aeroplane. Do you need a whole... You don't need a 747, you just need like a nice little private jet that can zip about. Otherwise you've got to pay for parking everywhere. And jet fuel. Oh, you want to waste a load of money on jet fuel and parking and waiting at the airport? You don't want to wait at the airport. Find a parking space, only get into some airports instead of all of them. That's not wise. So you're not going to be able to waste a load of money on jet fuel. So you probably spent under 100 million on a plane. You wouldn't need to spend more, otherwise you shoot yourself in the foot. So what else are you going to do? You own your sports team, you own an aeroplane. Mansion? How much are you spending on your mansion? You want to get the biggest mansion. Should we put a 20 bigger on it? 20 mil. Oh my God. I can get the best house in the world for just 20 million. don't argue me on that. Why you need a better house than a £20 million house, please. I'll start hitting myself, please. You do not need to waste any penny more on your home. You got 20 million, and unfortunately that 20 million includes everything inside. You got to kit it out, and that'll probably buy you a few cars as well. So go on then, make it 25. You like your cars and Lamborghinis, you say, your McLarens, your Ferraris. What else do you need? What on earth else do you need? Your lifestyle. How much do you think you're going to waste on food and partying? Not a lot. Not a lot. You got your own aeroplane. It's just the jet fuel now, and the pilot's wages and all the staff and all your meals, and you probably pay more per flight now than it does to go private. Absolutely. It's not like once you pay 20 million you get a reduction. No, you're still paying more every flight. And that's pretty much it, isn't it? What else in the world is there to spend money on that's going to make a real impact for anybody? Oh, you got hobbies, and you do something big with your hobby. Have a little research into that and find out how much you think, when the world is spitting out the word trillions and it's making like, oh my God, trillions is the new billion and billion was the new million. So I've got to become a trillionaire. That's never going to happen if there's just one, and there's not even one yet. And what? Only 6%. He's only managed to spend 6%. Yes. So whatever figure was up there that you need to make, just cut it in your mind that it's all a sham, the monetary system. It's the monetary system. We're going to call it the monetary system that's a sham here. Okay? And we said there's a big mess in between this video being supposedly processed on space age junk and fired across the planet to another human. Look, I've got to prioritise my coffee. I've been trying to figure out how on earth I'm going to pick up my coffee. I need a cloth. And I'm not really with it. I'm half awake. And I don't know what I'm going to do. So you're going to have to bear with me while I sort out a bigger mess than money. Found it. Broken knee warmers from Temu. Broken knee warmers from Temu. Shall I go brown? Brown's the nice side. I've dirtied it already. Let's go the other side. So how much money have you spent? How much did we spend together? You bought your sports team. And you bought a few £1 million stuff. So what? You want another billion just for a few £1 million stuff? No, no way. No way. You're under 20 billion at the moment. You're under 20 billion. You can't spend 20 billion if you tried. So, I'm the winner. I'm the winner. I'm the winner. We're all the winner. If I'm the winner, because I'm a good person, we're all the winner. It's impossible another way unless we're doing something else. So, when the billions start coming in, the deal is, how have we all won from this together? At the moment, this is the idea. I need 15 billion just to heal the whole planet. Yeah, 15 billion. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It consists of 2 lasers. One on one side of the planet, one on the other. They carry healing frequencies. And we fire them and aim them at the moon. And through the harmonics of the Earth and the moon, we basically program the Earth to do whatever we want. We just say, Earth, have a little break from all the stress that we've caused you. Chill out and heal, recover a bit. I know what happens to earthquakes and all of that stuff. Don't worry, I'll do the math and science and prove it. And in my head, just as a guess, and I'm pretty sure this guess is accurate, but they're going to be red. I just got a feeling it's going to be a red laser fired at the moon. A big red laser, and we said there's 2, so this takes care of one side of the planet. And as it rotates round, this one kicks in, catches the moon, and takes over the night again. They both keep swapping, and we constantly have a big red healing vibrational laser fired at the moon, talking to planet Earth. The point is, I've just realised that might not happen. Because, get this, we'd all have to sign up for it. Because if we change the vibrations of planet Earth to be happy and healing, not everybody's going to agree with that, believe it or not. Yeah, not worth it. Blow the planet up. I do not care. I am not going to be happy for anything in this world. No. And that's my problem. I reckon it will cost 15 to 30 billion for both. And that's the planet healed. And I have a few 100 billion to make. And it's gone quiet. Oh, I've thought of a name for it. I've thought of a name. Yep, I've thought of the name of the laser that can potentially heal the planet. The lasers. So, are we all ready for this? Big moment. It's called the big red healing laser. The big red healing laser. Number 1 and number 2. Yeah, I know. I had a fantastic Christmas. I bought myself my own Christmas present, my own Christmas card, and this was my Christmas present. It's a label maker. It's a label maker, and I'm turning in my mental health, which is schizophrenia. And schizophrenia isn't a problem for me at all, has never been. I'm spiritual. So it's all about ego. What am I doing? So I'm constantly referencing everything. And if I've got schizophrenia there, I've got schizophrenia there. Big deal. But my life has been horrible. It's really been horrible. And well, schizophrenia, they just label stuff. Everything gets compartmentalised, to my understanding. And I've just been learning to put good labels on stuff. Yep, the absolute best. That one cheers me right up. The big red healing laser. The big red healing laser. How cool does that sound? And I better press end on the live stream because I'm going to pass out. I leave everybody to have a contemplation. And I know I've got the world's biggest applause. Not for healing the planet. Nah, that doesn't matter. We've taken it the other way. Some people say, sod the planet. I'm not going to be happy. I'm just not going to be happy. We take it the other way. Sod the planet. Doesn't deserve a thing. Gabriel just invented the best label ever. Doesn't compare.